guys, today I will be playing the game Sleepy Brainrots and showing you what I achieved after playing it for only a few hours in 2 days. The gameplay consists of collecting brainrots from the field where 3 huge brainrots are sleeping. The main thing is not to wake them up, otherwise you can get a pendulum in the ass and fly like Superman. After receiving a unit, place it outside your base. To get money, click on the yellow button and unlock new platforms when you have enough. I'll say right away that at the beginning of the game, don't try to get epic, let alone legendary units. You simply have no chance of escaping with them. The closer the brainrots you want to get to your base, the better your chances. When you pick up one of the units, a red circle of a certain diameter radiates from it. The rarer the brainrot, the larger the diameter. Your speed when carrying brainrot is significantly reduced. If they catch you, you are guaranteed a kick in the ass and flight. Therefore, try to take out the units that are closer, especially while your speed is low. This was the first epic I received. Of course, I installed it on the platform and got some more money. Here's an example where the radius was small when I took this Trulolero and it didn't wake up the monsters. Although, other players can do this, and then the flight is almost guaranteed. Finally, having saved up some money, I decided to visit the tools store, although I should have done it earlier. Here you can buy various coils that give you speed. The more money you have, the better coils you can buy. To be honest, a coil for $50 didn't give anyone any effect. Every brainrot placed on the field has a disappearing timer. If a unit has a few seconds left, don't even try to take it. Despite the simplest coil, I felt strength and heroism within myself and tried to take epic brainrot from the end of the field. How do you think it all ended? That's right, a new flight. Oh, to be honest, I flew very often at the beginning of the game. You can and should upgrade your units on the platforms. This will give you more money per second. After some time, I was able to buy the next, slightly better coil. The speed became a little higher, and I felt confident again and set out for another epic. Of course, it was stupid to take the unit so close to the monsters. I got the pendulum again. And this was actually a joke, trying to get a legendary almost from under the noses of monsters. What was I thinking? But it was worth a try. But I clearly decided that I would not give up and continued my attempts. However, realizing that I couldn't get anything good, I turned to simpler brainrots. To be honest, when those monsters are awake, they are very aggressive. I only had to enter the field with brainrots, and they immediately attacked me. I am patiently saving money for a new coil. Okay, now I'll run like Sonic. I thought so. But bringing the epic was equally difficult. Although occasionally, I managed to do it when someone distracted the monsters. My ass was already hurting so much from his kicks that sometimes I resorted to such drastic methods. So I chose the strategy of bringing simpler brainrots, but having a lot of them. Sometimes it's worth dropping the unit you're carrying to escape, and try again when the monsters are asleep. Huh, I did it! With time and experience, I had more successful attempts. When it was too expensive for me to buy a new platform, I sold the worst ones and installed the best brainrots I had caught. Finally, I could afford to buy an even better coil. I immediately tried the test on the legendary. To be honest, I didn't feel much difference. The attempt was unsuccessful again. There was another attempt of desperation when I tried to get my first mythic. Of course, for me this mission was unrealistic. But I stubbornly waited and caught a few more epics. As a bonus, I was able to buy a new coil. I finally got really faster, but not enough. Although it has become much easier to get epics. Later, I finally got my first legendary. Then another one. Still, this coil gave results. I remembered how hard it was for me at first, so I gave epics to new players. The problems remained with the legendaries. It all depended on how close they were to the monsters and how far away from the base they were. But my persistence paid off. There were many different failed attempts, but I found the game quite fun, so I wasn't upset by the failed attempts. Finally, having saved up more money, I was able to buy an even better coil. You know, I felt a real difference. I moved a lot faster when I was holding the legendary. I was lucky to get my first mythic. Of course, it wasn't without the help of other players who distracted the monsters. Then I got another new mythic for me. I just had to give some of the legendaries to the newbies. Having gotten a little richer, I bought a frost coil. Yes, the speed was starting to impress. Thanks to a friend who joined me in the game, I was able to get another mythic. He distracted the monsters. At one point, I tried to press the drop and take buttons at the same time, and it turned out that I was moving very fast. This method worked, but sometimes I lost a unit. The main thing was that there was a free path, and I mistakenly did not take another unit after the drop. You might say that this is cheating, but no, it's just a life hack. By the way, in tools you can get this kind of cheese. Give it to one of your Brainrots, and he will give you more money per second. Unfortunately, there are many cunning players like this in the game, waiting for you to make a mistake or get caught by a monster. I don't think it's nice of them, but it's a game and there are scammers everywhere, which I hate. I got a few more new mythics for me, and my collection grew. By the way, the mythical creature is guaranteed to spawn once an hour. Here's an example of how I helped a friend get a mythic. My task was to distract the monsters. I act as bait. Even though I got a bump, everything worked out. By the way, this player is in the top in terms of time spent in the game. And finally, on the second day, I was able to get a coil for 7.5 billion. In my opinion, not bad for a beginner. After that, I became really fast and getting the legendary Brainrot was no longer difficult. Well, this is what my base looked like at the time I finished recording this video. I'm still very far from a pro, but I hope what you see in the video will help you in this fun game. Thank you for watching, and good luck in your Roblox games.